Like a lot of software programs, when first opening up Blender, it can be very intimidating. And if you haven't done so, you need to install Blender by going to blender.org. Go to download and download the latest version of Blender. I would recommend just using the default settings when you install the program. I've already installed it already, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Once you do install Blender, you'll open it up and you will see this splash screen. Now, when you first open up your version of Blender, it'll look a little different than mine. I set up a default scene here. A default scene is basically any settings, any layers, any setups that you want when you first open Blender. It just saves you time. Just click anywhere off the splash screen or select under New File the type of Blender file that you would like to create. Now you might see up here, I have a setup collection and I have a main scene. The setup collection is where I have the basic backlight, key light, and camera. And the main scene is where I will place any models or other objects. What I want to show you is how did I set this basic default scene up so it loads every time I load Blender. It's a great time saver. I find myself setting up different types of Blender projects. Basically, you can use any project as a template from which to work from. So even if this loads, this might not be the default scene that you want, but there is only one default scene that you can assign when you open Blender. So if you make any changes to your default scene and you want to save that to be your new default scene, you just go to File, Defaults, and Save Startup File. And if you ever wish to return to the default that comes with Blender, just go to File, Defaults, and Load Factory Settings.